dramatic reenactment.
There I was, spraying a piece of wood with a nice flat colour, as I often do. And then to speed things up I tend to use a hairdryer. So anyway, I started blasting. But watching paint dry is a boring affair, and so my mind wandered. And then, in turn, so did my hand with the hairdryer in it, right towards the workbench, covered in dried paint flecks. You know, on account of all the painting. Paint flakes, which were blown up into the air and promptly landed on the still wet piece, ruining everything in a blustery split second. I was devastated. But I just cut another copy and finished the piece. Looking at the ruined bit of wood now, I actually quite like the effect. It brings to mind distant stars and galaxies. So, let's use this mistake as inspiration and make something. It really does feel like space. I want to go simple with the idea, like a spaceman floating amongst the stars. It's a scene I come back to from time to time. It's peaceful and beautiful. Keeping it minimal also means the effect won't get lost, which is important. Speaking of which, the effect. I quickly worked out that the flecks had come off of used stencils. You see, I cut my stencils out of plastic sheets known as acetate. Since the paint doesn't soak into the plastic, when enough of it builds up, it can be cracked off. So whilst the CNC machine cuts the astronaut figure, I need to make these flecks. Done. Now to let them dry. Next up, what are the flecks sticking to? The first thought is to do a standard square piece with a frame, but the corners feel very unspace-like, so let's do a triangle. I'm joking, of course, a circle's perfect. Let's get that cut out of some wood. These are incredible textures. I've laid them out in groups. I'm just going to vibe it. Let's see how it goes. That was a lot of fun. I've got plenty left over, so I'll bag it all up. Put them here, and then probably never be able to find them again. Everything has stuck down nicely now. Quick blow and brush to get rid of any weak bits, and now a generous varnishing to make sure everything else stays on. This looks great, but this looks better. Now, I thought I was done and I was photographing the finished pieces and filming it and getting all the end shots, but I was looking at it and it was missing a little something. And then a light bulb turned on. Or should I say, an LED. What if I stuck an LED behind our lost astronaut? I've done it once before with a piece called Territory, which I thought worked quite well, and I can remember how to do most of it still. Yeah, this could be what's missing. I've got this smaller discrete switch from when I was exploring options for Territory. So let's model this within Adobe Illustrator. And then it can sit at the bottom of the piece. Then a hole for the LED to poke through. Let's double check the battery holder dimensions. That looks good. Then add a channel for all the wiring. Actually, this holder is too deep to be fully contained in the circular base. So if I had some feet to space the piece away from the wall, there's enough space for the holder. And, as a bonus, it gives the piece a kind of float mount look. Quickly test the circuit works. I should probably take the battery out whilst doing this. Battery in. That's weird. That is very weird. Yeah? No. Okay. So after not so much searching, it turns out this is a tactile switch. When the button is pressed, the switches turn on, and when the button is released, the switches turn off. This is not what I need. This is what I need. A latching switch. Well, whilst I wait for that to arrive, I can sort out the rest of the wiring at least. New switches are here. Better work, you little bastard. On you go. Yes, yes, yes. I now pronounce you circuit and switch. And with this final hot blob, it's done. Oh, I also made a big one. The idea for this piece came out of a mistake, and at first I thought the effect looked like constellations. And maybe it still does, but it also looks like something has gone wrong and exploded into lots of tiny little pieces. Maybe it was the astronaut's ship. And now they're floating off into the void, accepting their fate and resigned to the beauty of this tragic moment. Or maybe it just looks like a bunch of paint flecks. But that's not very imaginative now, is it? I think I'll call this piece One More Star. Thank you for watching. Seriously though, 15 minutes is a long time to watch a video on the internet. That's very close to an eternity. So seriously, thank you.